Not only that, you also have been India's cultural ambassador in Oman, where you beautifully, bring this Indian culture to touch across various community and the globe by your brilliant articulation. A very good morning, very good afternoon, and very good evening to my audience across the world. Thank you so much for joining for our exciting episode today with this gorgeous and brilliant Vasantha Vaikunth. She's an award-winning classical dancer in Bharatanatyam. She's an ex-Indian cultural ambassador in Oman, and her talks has touched millions of lives throughout the world. She's a national and state awardee dancer for her brilliant performance on Bharatanatyam. Vasantha, you really need no introduction. You have done everything so meticulously and so beautifully. And it's such an honor for me to welcome you for my show, Success Sutra with Sangeeta. Welcome, Vasantha.
Thank you, Sangeeta, very much for making me part of this. And I hope all the success of Success Sutra with Sangeeta. And I really, God bless you, that it will take you to heights, great heights. And I'm very happy to be here today.
Thank you so much. Yes, indeed. In fact, 13 most chosen celebrities across the country who's willing to come and share their thoughts. I'm so glad you did accept the invitation. So let us jump to the question directly. After I circulated your poster, many of the queries came back to me, and then, I kind of picked a few questions from there. I just wanted to understand, Vasantha, you're playing so many roles at one time, being a holistic life coach, a dancer, author, writer, and a great lecturer, having your own documentary to running an online emotional support platform, which is the need of the hour today. And everything you do, you have been doing so gracefully and so successfully. What has been the secret behind this energy source?
That's a bit a challenging question. I'll try my best to answer that. I think the creative energy that flows when there are no blocks in your mind, because I feel that the blocks in the mind is what creates the hassle. One should stay liberated, and the child in me, which is still alive, makes me fall in love with innovative energy. And it is always a nice experience to explore different talents instead of branding yourself. I think I'm not a brand. I think my skills will speak for themselves. And I thought to myself, success is not your decision, but happiness is. So I made happiness the process of my journey and not a destination. And one more thing is probably the challenging nature that I'm into. Like, I must say that nothing came easy for me that way. I challenged myself all the time, and I needed to be a dancer. And when I wanted to be a dancer, I couldn't, because I was challenged by a natural medical issue that I had in my feet. So I had to stop it. So when I stopped it, I was quite sad, but my parents were very kind enough to put me on to music and instrumental. But then after 20 years, I bounced back to dancing, inspired by so many people, especially Sudha Chandran. And I thought to myself that if she can dance without a leg, why can't I dance now and try? And trust me, till today, I have not looked back at all. I'm still able to dance at least for an hour, if not every day, at least 2-3 times a week. And I have composed many ballets and things like that. But then my most challenging time was when I had to manage my family and my career and my passion. But having said all this, I think my miraculous exploration that happened in dance really taught me how to bounce back in life. And passion, it was my passion, but not an obsession, because I always differentiate between the two. because passion comes from the heart and obsession comes from the mind. And obsession creates fear, passion creates joy, which will stay with you forever. And I think being a holistic lifestyle coach, I am born with that gift of being naturally spiritual.
That is so, so beautifully said, about passion and obsession. I think nobody could have better articulated this other than you. Thank you so much. On that note, Vasantha was so intelligent. I've been being totally, thoroughly inspired by all your work and talks of the like. I just wanted to understand, you have also been the chapter chairperson for the Vehicles Culture and Heritage Council. Not only that, you also have been India Cultural Ambassador in Oman, where you beautifully, bring this Indian culture to touch across various community and the globe by your brilliant articulation. Since you have promoted Indian culture all across the globe, I would like to know, what is your message on our cultural diversity and what can it bring to the globe?
Thank you for your question. I can't call myself the cultural ambassador of India, but I can easily say that yes, I tried my best when I went to the Gulf, especially to Muscat. There was absolutely nothing. It was a barren land. So some people took to socializing, some people took to complaining. But by God's grace, I said, let me bring the art and culture from India to this land. Why not? Why can't I do that? Yes, the culture of that country was different, but I must say that that land gave me immense opportunity and the leisure and the easy life to explore my way of lifestyle, which is full of culture and art. So I brought all the artists from India. I said, if I am not able to perform here, at least let me bring the artists from India to make them perform here so that it will be an awakening for this land as well. And I think I worked really hard for it. I used to go door to door selling tickets and explaining to them what this culture and art means. And I think in about 20, 25 years, when I completed 25 years, I had already done more than 100 shows in Oman. And that way, yes. And when Mr. Natwar Singh came from Delhi as a foreign minister, he did mention that you are the true cultural ambassador of India. And I feel indeed very honored. And the best part of this whole culture and art is, it's the diversity that we have in India, diversity in everything, diversity in language, diversity in culture, diversity in art, diversity in philosophy, but we all stay united in just one thing, and that is compassion and kindness. And I think I found that quite a bit in the area that I lived, and I felt very happy about how I was able to utilize this diversity in a very united form of art, which I could spread it out there and also enhance my own culture.
Vasantha, I really look up to everything you have done so far. I want to understand one question. Have you really been so intelligent and so inspiring from the day one of your school or college life? How did you, how do you have so much of knowledge in variety of topic? How to articulate it so well? I know you run a group on spirituality, which has been followed across the globe. And I've seen, those group, the powerful message you bring on the spirituality. How did you inculcate this habit? Was it right from the childhood? That Miss Intelligent, Miss Gorgeous, all packaged together?
No.
Or did you develop it, while, on the go?
No, not at all, Sangeeta. I do differ here because when I was a kid in school, I was branded as a dumb kid. And my family actually never thought that I would ever make it in any career that, whatever. Because I think I come from a community and a background where the academics are considered as the ultimate in life. So, and when I was very bad in mathematics, I was written off completely as a dumb child and I would never make it. But Because I was indulging more in art, makeup, dressing up, glamour, and dancing and music. I used to sing endlessly the whole day, but I would never get tired. But if I was asked to study, I would. So I can't say that I have, I gained all these gifts from the Almighty. I don't know at what level in my life, but the, the knowledge and the wisdom that I share from our scriptures, I cannot take the ownership of it. It is somebody else's, it is the Almighty's, and I have become a simple, humble instrument in imparting this. And I don't know what intelligence. I don't consider myself as very intelligent because I am too gullible and I can be taken for a ride by anyone. But I think what protects me is my protection from God.
I have always heard all the great people who millions of them follow. They always say that the more you grow, the more humble you become. And you are true replica of that, Vasantha. In
Thank you.
fact,
Thank you so much.
with that note, my next question to you. I've known you that run this very famous Just Speak platform where personalities like Mohandas Pai, Bhaskar Rao, Mr. Mahesh Bhopati, all of them have come and shared their life journeys and stories. Can you share a little more insight with our audience what Just Speak is planning to achieve and how can you create a difference in people's life?
Yeah, absolutely. Because when I thought of Just Speak a year and a half ago, my idea was to have it offline. And I want that human interaction so that, we are able to, normally what we do is like we exchange notes and messages on WhatsApp and, different groups, which we forget in a second. When we read, we feel, oh, wow. But then, it's gone out of my head. But I wanted that human touch and discussing about different social issues. We try to put it under the carpet. That was my sole intention. And unfortunately, because of this pandemic situation, I shifted it to online, which is really not what I really want to do. But I must thank all those people, great personalities who accepted and came and shared their journey. And I really respect their trust in me. But Just Speak is going to take off once again offline once we are all set. I can still do it online, but I think I'm more comfortable because I think people are zoomed out already in life. I think why to give them another boring thing. So I am really waiting to have this social discussions very strongly and debates because uh, I love debates. I love exchange of opinions.
And who really knows it better than you than myself? I've seen you talking to bringing so many lives with such different touch. I have seen when you walk the talk. I've seen the influence and the inspirational aura you sort of percolate about yourself. I kind of find you this this universal source where you actually a person who likes to give it out. You're such a pouring heart, giving so much of knowledge, so much of wisdom to all of us. Thank you on that note. And I
Thank
heard
you,
you.
Sangeeta. Thank you indeed. I don't know whether I deserve all this praise, but you yourself is so full of so many talents. And I think one should have this diverse nature of exploring because, it's like what do you call like I said, I don't like to brand myself into one thing, and because I like to explore the talents that you have and take it as a challenge and remove the blocks in your mind. And like you yourself, for example, you're a CEO of a company, and yet you are able to write poetry, you can dance, you can sing. I mean, you can do multiple things. And I think people, what happens in today's world is that if I'm a dancer, I brand myself as a dancer and I go with the belief that I have to be like this, I have to dress up like this, I have to speak like this, and I should shun everything other than dance. Please, I request everybody to explore what you have from within, which will bring immense joy.
Yeah, very, very well said, Vasantha. In fact, we all get ourselves into this cocoon of boxes of typecasting or stereotype, stereotyping what we are good at. But there is so much of potential on each one of us really to go and challenge your status quo. And that's what I think people like you who brings to the table. And that's why I wanted to do this channel with all of you, so that the message goes clearly. Now, my next question to you, Vasantha, I have heard you saying life is in your hand and you can achieve everything by changing your lifestyle. And I just wanted to know, and quite a few questions came to me during this, poster circulation, that I would like to know, my audience would like to know, how do you inculcate that belief in your daily practice?
See, life is in your hands. Yes and no. Because the world occurrences, like I've just posted a couple of blogs on that, the world occurrences, like for example, this pandemic is not in your hands. But how do I deal with this? How do I live with this? How do I react? Is entirely in my hands. And if I go on, thinking, analyzing on these world occurrences, when I say that, I also mean the people's actions. You have no control over people's actions, but you have immense control over your reactions. So I think your knowledge, built-in knowledge, plus your acquired knowledge of reading and acquired knowledge of your experience in life is the greatest guru for you. And when it stands as a guru, it helps you to understand what is exactly is in your hands and what is not.
Every answer you bring to the table has so much of wisdom on it. So much wisdom on it. In fact, just the way you articulated the action and reaction, I've never thought like that. You have a control on your action, but how do you react? I think there is a very famous saying, how you should handle your success with humility and failure with grace. And that's what makes you who you are.
No, because success is not in your hands at all.
Right.
It is a design. It comes from with a design, and you are just falling into that design. So Absolutely. What is there for you to be so proud of? There's nothing to be proud of, actually.
That's why, ladies and gentlemen, I tell that Vasantha Vaikunth is an inspiration to millions. Look at the humbleness she is bringing in everything. She's giving it out to the universe and not really bragging of so much of achievement. That's what the true humility all about. Wanted to know one more very interesting, thing which I always wanted to ask you. Being an award-winning dancer, you have put India's name to the world. I know there has been so many documentary on your name. There are so many, episodes you have so many lives you have changed. I would like to know, and it is always a one question I ask to all my, all the people I've been interviewing, as the name denotes, Success Sutra. I want to know, what has been Success Sutra for you? What is that formula of success? Can you please elaborate that to my audience?
I don't know if there's a one word to it, but I think the Success Sutra in everybody's life should be absolutely your commitment and your focus. Because your focus and commitment will take you a long way. And when I see in today's world, when I'm observing, I find that people are very passionate about what they want to do and they're very excited. But somewhere on the way, they lose that interest or they lose that commitment. And I don't know, I can blame it on distractions. I can blame it on so many other things. But I think what is important is stay committed, because the ups and downs are bound to happen in every field of your life and every stage of your life. But you can't throw it in the air what you decided for yourself. And the next sutra is, please take responsibility of your actions. Don't try to put the blame on others.
It is, again, very, very valid inputs what you brought in, Vasantha. In fact, yes, this is a part of life, part of journey. Staying focused, committed, and, staying true, I think makes the difference. With that question, I'm coming to the rapid fire round.
Wow.
Okay. It's going to be all questions which comes in my mind.
I wonder what you're going to do.
Okay, let me ask you what's your favorite TV show?
Oh, TV show meaning entertainment?
Yes,
Or
it can be entertainment, it can be movie, it can be news channel, it can be musical album, whatever, TV show, whatever you like. Or maybe
yeah,
you can say what is the current context, because COVID is very at the peak. A lot of us watching news channel, right? What is your favorite host, anchor, news anchor?
uh, of course, I'm very partial, and I'm sorry to be so. I think my favorite is, of course, Arnav Goswami.
Oh,
I like him for his guts. I like his honesty. And I like the way he presents, because people may think he's a drama king, but I think he's doing his job very well as a TV anchor, and you take it or leave it.
yeah. It's always that way, and Arnav is my favorite too. In fact, I hope Arnav get to see it someday soon. But
Yeah.
the way he's able to, put the message across, whatever
Yes.
dramatized way, that doesn't matter. The message comes across very strongly, and people are moved by the channel. Whoever says what, the moment you become successful, people will talk on your back, but that's
People
okay.
talk. Yeah. That's natural. Yeah.
And the more people talk on your back means the more better actual right direction you're going ahead. So I
Yes.
always say, when people come to me, they're saying so. I said, wow, I'm on the right direction. Let people talk
Yes.
whatever shit they want. I know I'm achieving my dream. Okay, now let me sort of ask you a little tricky one now.
Oh my
Now
God.
I'll give you 5 names because we talked about news anchor. Let me give you 5 names, and you have to tell me one particular word that comes to your mind about these names. So I'll tell you a particular person. You have to articulate, what comes to your mind at the first. Let's start.
I'll try. I'll try my best.
Okay, let's start with Arnav Goswami only. Arnav Goswami.
Honesty.
Shirin Bhan.
I think she's a woman of substance.
Okay. Rajdev Sardeshai.
Manipulative.
Barkha Dutt.
Arrogant.
Oh, wow. Mini Menon.
Minnie Menon is an icon. Yeah, she's been
You
very good.
are amazing, Vasantha, how quickly you can think and put the right word. It just cannot be better than that. Okay. On that note, maybe the book's on my back. Let me ask you, who's your favorite author?
See, I'm not a great reader of normal fictions, because that doesn't interest me at all. I read more on my own philosophy and spiritual books. But then, having said that, my favorite author has always been Leon Uris, because I like historical fictions. Because I like the way he had explained the Exodus, and he wrote about this book Hajj. I like the historical locations and the fiction that's woven around those historical facts. So I can say that. Yeah.
One thing I have noticed, whoever I've interviewed so far, all the people who have really achieved something, there is some real taste of history and culture imbibed in them. I think because of the source you want to seek, source of knowledge, that's what
Yeah.
becomes a replica in yourself.
Yes.
Thank you on that note. Vasantha, you watch movies, right?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
What is your favorite most movie you have watched in the recent time, or maybe from the past?
Um, I really, I really am lost, because I liked quite a few movies. Uh, I still, uh, I still find this movie Kabhi Kabhi, the
Ah,
old one,
right.
quite touching. Yeah.
And it was very difficult. There's so many genre, so many
So many
amazing
genres.
films.
Yeah.
It's so difficult to figure it out. Now that we're talking about movie, let me ask you, who's your favorite actor?
Amitabh Bachchan.
Oh, legend. He is the legend.
Yes, is
And
a
favorite
legend.
act. Yeah. Who's the favorite actress?
There are many, but I think in the modern times, I like Madhuri Dixit.
Mhm.
I can't say she's the modern time, but she's
She's
good.
always remained forever modern for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. From the old times, I like Wahida Rahman.
Uh-huh. Great. Because you're talking
And
about
of course,
Indian.
the evergreen Vaijanti.
Oh, respect. I just only have the love and respect on these names.
Yeah,
Absolutely. They've given us such wonderful movies, seriously, which,
yes.
okay, since we're talking about movies, let me ask you one, maybe not really right for rapid fire, but let me ask you, if I want you to define Indian cinema in 3 words,
Yeah,
What
one
are
is
the uh-huh.
color, and one is drama, of course. They over dramatize so many things. And then I would say fake perfection. Well, as I see the movies today, I find them, like those men, the heroes and the heroines are so perfect to the T. I mean, their physical presence, it's almost fake.
I can imagine. It's so well said. It's very colorful, very dramatized, and try to overdo things so it comes across to be, isn't it like little fake? Very, very,
Yeah,
very well articulated. On
I
that
like it
note,
little imperfect. Yeah, that's better.
I know. In fact, with this imperfection, I had to share a story right now. I know when I was growing up, I have this little teeth which is not aligned, right? And a lot of people came to me saying that, why don't you align your teeth? I said, why have to be so perfect in everything?
Exactly.
Have the imperfection, and that's what is your aura, right? Is
No,
perfection
but
doesn't define.
you look beautiful. That's what makes you look beautiful.
And that's my
Never do
personality
that.
God has given me. Let me have it with that way. I don't want
Yeah.
to achieve something by doing everything perfect. Yeah, yeah, very,
True,
very
true.
well said. On that note, thanks, Vasantha. On that note, my last two questions towards the rapid fire round. What has been your favorite form of dance? I know you're a
Uh,
Bharatanatyam dancer, but
yeah.
apart from Bharatanatyam,
Apart from Bharatanatyam, I like Odissi.
okay.
Yeah.
I know Indian dance, I think, brings such very rich culture and history.
Yes.
And what has been your best moment in life so far?
Oh my God. There are many, but I would still say, talk about the passion that's my dance. I think when I bounced back in my career, dance, I can't say career, but I just bounced back to dancing. The first stage performance that I gave in Chennai was very soul touching and a great moment because that one particular dance, the first time I danced after 20 years, was considered as one of the best that most critics have seen in Chennai. And they wrote in the papers, and that's how my career took off.
Ladies and gentlemen, how can you say of, somebody so versatile and so talented, at the beginning, she hit the dance floor, and then put the entire nation at a, stake saying, wow. And you have so many feathers in your personality. I think I just can't stop asking so many questions. you know, I have now quick thing, I just, my last episode, which I kind of say it a one word message or strong message or one word answer. I know it cannot be articulated in one word, but I would like you to answer
I'll
something very
try.
briefly. Okay. If you wake up like as Elon Musk tomorrow, what is that one thing you would like to change?
I think I would like to move to Mars right away.
That's a
Right
very, very
away.
good one. That's a very, very good one. Okay. What is the easiest way to make you smile for the admirer you have in this channel? They would love to know what is the easiest way to make you smile.
Children.
Oh, I know. Their smile, I think, the best thing in the world.
Yes, that's the best thing.
Yeah. And what is the easiest way to really make you angry or piss you off?
Lies and being fake.
Right. Yeah. Just be true, and that's all matters at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me ask you a little personal question. What are the things you have been very obsessed about?
But actually, Sangeeta, I have no obsessions
Huh?
because I'm a very easy person and I just go with the flow. I have zero obsession about anything. I'm fine.
Oh my God. This is something, saintly, divinely. I
No,
think,
but that's why I'm telling you the truth.
wow, that's really, and is it been there like that from very beginning, or you just
Yes,
sort of,
from my childhood, I've been like that. I think my parents have never been able to control me by saying that, oh, I'll not send you here, I'll not send you there, because it didn't matter to me. It's okay, fine.
wow, your true replica of, genuinity with humbleness, with everything. I'm running out of adjective, to be honest.
Thank you.
Yeah. One habit you would like to avoid. I know you're not obsessed, but one habit you want to avoid today.
Sometimes I feel that I go extra mile to be nice, very nice. That's my nature. But I could avoid it at times, I feel. Yeah.
I know. I think sometimes when you're too nice to people, at times, people do take, unnecessary favor. It's not required always. I think, yeah. I've
Yeah.
seen whatever people have come back to you. Even I myself, whenever I was in trouble, I reached out to you. I think you're the first person who opened up completely, trying to help. I think that nature sort of really makes you a magnetic personality.
Yeah,
With that
thank
note,
you.
my last question, maybe for this episode today, what is that one thing you do before going to the bed? The reason I'm asking the question, because I have heard your last few hours, few minutes before going to bed, and first few minutes after getting up are the most critical formula
Yeah.
to drive you to success. So I want my audience to really get the knowledge. What, because you've been so successful throughout, what has been the one thing you do before going to bed, or maybe one thing you do after getting up?
I think the one thing one should, I mean, which I do before I retire to bed is probably I introspect for 2 minutes, my full day's activity, and I figure out if there's anything productive that I've done. If I have contributed anything to others, I check on that. And actually, before falling asleep, all I do is just pray and chant, and I fall asleep. And when I wake up, I I sort of look out from my window and see the sunshine, and I take the inspiration from there, saying that the sun never stops rising, or the earth never stops moving for your benefit. I think as a human being, you should also be a giving person and be aware of your environment, be aware of your surroundings, and try not to hurt people, but be of service to them.
This is so beautifully, articulated. Be of service, be the sunshine of some other life. Be you and be genuine. And that's all we forget while making a living. We forget to have our own life. While making a career, we forget to pull people up. While making a
Yes.
presence, we forget to get together. Life is way too short. Just by the blink, your chapter or episode of life is
But
gone.
actually, the strange part is that the modern world has changed, and because of the social media and stuff, I think people have become more self-absorbed and more self-centered. So, what is the reflection of that? Is like each one of them are waiting for your train to crash, whether I am taking up my journey or not, but I'm waiting for someone else's train to crash, which is the attitude, which is the mindset that I'm trying my best to change in people in a very small way.
Absolutely. I think each one of us, if can take a oath that today, one day, let me do one good thing, which will
Yes.
influence one people, which will be cause of one smile, which will fill one stomach. Trust me, India as a country will be a country people will look up to. It is just, we have so much of potential in this country. Only missing link, I see the kindness. There are few people are doing and trying to make it through. In this COVID crisis, we need you. We need all of you. Just try influencing that one smile, that one stomach, that one life. And the kind of abundance you will see, that will be humongous. On that note, I really don't feel like closing the chat because I'm kind of coming to the end of this chat, but would like to, really thank you and our heartful gratitude from the Success Sutra team to accept the invitation and be a part of this journey. And before I end the show, of course, I'll have a one word to tell to the world, like a Miss World or Miss Universe. I'll come back to that one note from you. But before we can wrap up the episode, ladies and gentlemen, I would love to announce that next 3-4 episodes, we have some amazing personality coming in. India's one of the top producer from Bollywood, who has brought a lot of award in the country. One of the leading doctors where people look up to. He can come live and ask question. I invited him because of this current corona crisis. I just thought it will be helpful for people to know. We have a biggest ever musical band in India, one of the anchor from there, the co-founder of that. We also have a very famous actor. Stay tuned. I'm not going to share the name. It'll all come on the way. But on that note, before I wrap this episode with this gorgeous, talented, brilliant, and beautiful Vasantha, one message you want to give it out to the world, which you think will impact. It can be a message about today's current situation. It can be a message what you believed in. That like one, the anchor message you want to put it out to the world. What would that be?
I think I would say that please stop being negative and don't show your negative reactions. We all know what the world is going through right now. And this is not a new thing. Every once in 100 years, you do go through this pandemic situation, but we'll all pull through this. And life and death, when I talk like this, then people say that, oh, there are so many people who are dying. So what's your answer to that? But life and death is not in your hands. And life and death is an occurrence that need not have COVID for it. It happens anyways. So I think let's pray that not too many people we lose, but we are able to protect everybody. And for that, you have to stay positive. I will not even say love, but I would use the word be positive.
Yeah, absolutely, Vasantha. Everything start from your attitude, and the positive attitude that you carry can turn every negative incident of your life into positive abundance. And with that note, I would like to say goodbye. Thank you for watching, and thank you, Vasantha, for coming in. I've been one of the most wonderful episode I had with you. Thanks for sharing your knowledge and wisdom. And hopefully we'll do more shows together in soon. Thank you.
Sure. And thank you so much. I feel very honored to be part of your show, and then I will be extending my continued support to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.